Hello, this read is for Pisces. I'm sorry, Pisces. This came kind of late for you. I'm going to try and do better. In fact, I think next read round I'm going to do Pisces first. Anyway, we have the sun in Gemini. Well, just to explain, I bought land and I started kayaking and I really hurt my fingers, so couldn't shuffle very well. Anyway. We've got the sun in Gemini. We just had a full moon in Sagittarius. We're having a new moon in Gemini coming up in the third. That's the third house, which is all about communication, strategic thinking, planning. It's represented by the swords in tarot. The new moon in Gemini is going to be sort of new beginnings, kind of through communication of some sort in an area of your life, wherever it lands, whatever house it lands in on your chart. And then we had that adventurous full moon in Sagittarius that just happened, which would have revealed secrets or desires or buried ambitions and expansive desires that need to be taken, that the energy of Gemini would have helped you strategize over, because they work together. The sun and the moon work together. All right, let's have a look and see what's in store for Pisces. Sun, moon, and ascendant. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting, and feel free to comment. I do workshops too, so if you're interested, email me. I teach how to do this. I believe everyone can. It's so easy. All right, thank you. Maybe not everyone, but I can teach enough for it to be useful for you, I think. I mean, that's what I'm seeing from people that I'm teaching. All right. Thank you. All right, let's have a look and see. I mean, maybe everybody can do it, but just need to be taught. We get the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. So it looks like, wow, we've got some closure, some endings of things here for Pisces. We've got travel, possibly. Oh, that looks kind of fun. And then we get the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. We get the Eight of Pentacles, which is a nice abundant card. We're going to do this, and let's have a look. I like to make sure I'm lined up in the camera. So let's have a look here. It looks like there's a frame of mentality that's really shifting. I have a Pisces moon, so this read will apply to me. And actually, when the reads apply to me, I kind of do a better job on them a little bit. But anyway, because I kind of understand them even better. But let's have a look. This card wants to come out. Okay. Now, what I'm seeing here is for Pisces, sun, moon, or ascending, I would say that there is a negative, because we're getting these two cards. First of all, I tell you that I look at the major arcanas, and I get the High Priestess, and I get the Hermit. And these are very psychic, spiritual cards, and Pisces is a very spiritual sign. And I know if you're a Pisces and you're watching this, you've got to be pretty interested in fusing with spirit energy, because anyway, that's kind of what's going on here. We've got some spirit energy coming in. We've got hermiting, which is kind of connecting with your higher self. What that is exactly what the Hermit card means. It's going inward and figuring things out, and it's sort of in isolation mode. But I get the feeling that the Pisces may have been sort of through an isolation mode that they've now turned around to, and enabled to sort of transmute some negativity and turn it into a more abundant sort of experience. So let's start from the beginning. What happened? Looks like Pisces had some negative mentality problems, negative thinking. That I'm going to say is over. I mean, I'm going to say in this read, I'm going to say, if you're a Pisces, I think you could consciously say, yes, there is a major shift in some form of thinking about abundance that has shifted and changed in me. And I would have to agree with that. I would say that a certain level of trust has opened up in me about abundance as well. And any kind of like fears in relation to living a fully spiritually adventurous life, I'm going to say is something, because we get the Knight of Swords. Now the Knight of Swords is a very worried, stressed out card representing those kinds of energies. So I'm going to say for Pisces, let's start from the beginning. Ending negative thinking, having positive, abundant thinking, shifting to a positive mentality about abundance, figuring out that that's the way you get what you want. So I'm going to say, Pisces, you're doing very well. This is a good read. Leaving a troubled emotional past. In other words, the Pisces have really ended thinking that causes emotional instability. It's like the Pisces right now in this period of their lives has shifted and transmuted a layer of negativity that causes tremendous amount of worry and grief. And I would say that the Pisces has managed to escape that mentality, killed it. And that is what's opened them up to freer, adventurous, and a sense of expansion in their life. And that sort of opened the portal up for fun. It's like, whoa, it's figuring out that once that's eliminated and you you kind of free yourself to believe in abundance, it frees you and enables you to have some sort of more spiritual connection. Because if you have more of a spiritual in other words, the Pisces are so good at this. It's like once you turn away from a certain layer of fear mentality, it opens you up to new adventure and a certain amount of connection to spirit, I want to say. You know, because Pisces are so psychic, I think that my moon is Pisces, so I think that when you get this clarity that's coming through for you that really emancipates you from a lot of strain and inner grief about something, I feel like this is really opening you up through that and causing a spiritual sort of, I want to say, revolution that sets you free. You know, I think that's a really nice thing. And now, you know, the Six of Swords we're looking at is, and these are all swords. So we got the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Six of Swords. So these are all Gemini air sword signs, which really seems to me that because Pisces are very much a water sign. And water is an emotional experience, and so Pisces are emotional and sensitives because the water is a sensitive element. And so Pisces have a hard time with that. I know, I'm a moon. So we have a hard time managing the emotional waters around negative energies because they throw the water off. And so when the Pisces is learning how to master that, end it, that connection to negative energy or mental focus or mental attachment to it, the story around the water that flows, the Pisces are able to find stability in that mastering of the mind, opening them up for a more spiritual connection through adventure and through expansiveness. And when I say, because when you're not afraid, you're open up to source. You feel the presence of your higher energies. It opens everything up. This is such a clear read for me. It's like I'm trying to think if there's more I can say. Well, and I mean, this is a figuring out period. You know, there's the Two of Pentacles, which is because of the fears clearing about a sort of a layer of knowledge of how to create more emotionally stable, watery emotional life for the Pisces, which is what we tend to be working on. It frees you up to a solid knowing of what you really want, because you don't have to have fear around it that creates instability. The waters become unstable. And so you can't, when the waters are unstable, you can't feel what you want. You don't know this. It's hard for you to know. So, and that Hermit card is helping too. And that's coming clear, but that's coming through. It's like, boom, you know now. And there's a spiritual connection. The spirit was able to come through and give you that knowledge, or give you that confidence, or give you that support. The spirit connection came through. It's going to create a lot more abundance for you. Creativity, communication and creativity, adventurous, new, fun, expansive creativity that is born out of this isolation period where I think Pisces had to kind of really, really transmute some negativity and become more abundant thinkers. I have to say, this resonates for me. I would agree with this read for me. I've taken some money risks lately and I'm feeling safe about it. So let's see what the cards have to say for us Pisces. I mean, I do the wisdom, I do the Wisdom of Tao Oracle cards. And I just pulled out intuition. Interesting, isn't it? That card represents intuition. So it says, you have a clear vision of things to come, and your wisdom has been guiding you. Continue to use that sense of future to direct your current path. Trust your instincts and share the divine message from your heart with those concerned. Be open to needed changes. Nice. I think that's a pretty clear read, Pisces. I think you've mastered a certain layer of mental, I want to say, lack of control that creates unstable waters or emotions for yourself, and that you've expanded yourself abundantly by connecting more into a sort of intuitive spiritual place, being more heart-based about what you're experiencing rather than listening to the sword energy that's going on, and knowing, staying in a spiritual sort of place puts you in a heart-connected knowledge of what's true and what you love and what you want. That's going to take you confidently more towards an abundant frequency. So I think that's a positive message for you Pisces people. Me too. So thank you for letting me be of service and give you this read. I hope that it helps you feel confident and in faith about your destiny. And thank you for watching and liking, and do feel free to leave a comment. And thank you so much. Namaste.